Hey everyone, hope you're all well. Welcome back to our channel, and in today's video we're diving into a topic that's essential for anyone looking to maximize their online presence: integrating social media into your website. In this video we'll explore the powerful ways in which you can seamlessly blend the worlds of your website and social media, harnessing the full potential of both. Whether you're a blogger, business owner, or just a social media enthusiast, get ready to unlock the secrets to effective integration and supercharge your online reach. Let's get started. So let's talk about some of the benefits of actually integrating your website with social media. The first up is increased brand awareness and reach. When you integrate your social media on your website, you are making it easier for people to find you and learn about your brand online. You can also use social media to share your content with a wider audience and reach new potential customers. Social media provides a great way to interact with your customers and build relationships with them. You can use social media to answer questions, provide support, and share exclusive content with your followers. When you share links to your social media or links to your website on social media, you can drive more traffic to your site. This can lead to more sales, more leads, and other desired outcomes. It can help improve your SEO, as social media signals can play a role in your website search engine ranking. When people share your content on social media, it tells Google and other search engines that your content is valuable and relevant. Social media can help you build stronger relationships with your customers and increase their loyalty to your brand. By providing valuable content and engaging with your followers on social media, you can create a community around your brand that keeps customers coming back for more. So now let's look at some examples of how to actually integrate social media into your website. One way of integrating social media onto your website, and the most common way, is to add social media buttons to your website. Now there's different ways to do this. One of the ways is adding them onto your Contact Us page. So here we have our ProfileTree website, and you can see on our Contact Us page we have our social media links clearly labeled and identifiable at the bottom of the Contact Us page. It's in a page where people will expect to find them, and they're very simple to use. You just click into the button and it takes users to the desired social media page. When it comes to embedding your social media links, you want to make sure that the icons or the buttons are prominently displayed, making them easy for users to find. You want to make them in a color that allows them to stand out from the page and clearly labeled. You can do this with words. It's more effective and just more visually appealing if you just use their actual logo. You can use their official colors, or you can use the colors of your own branding scheme. People will still recognize the social media from the logo. So adding social media links on your website can be really a good thing to do. On Wix, for example, it's quite easy to sign up for a Wix account and add social media links to your website. In the next video, so here's how to sign up for Wix and create an account and create your platform and add social media links. So Wix is a mostly free, user-friendly website building platform. It has very intuitive technology and a powerful built-in different types of features that give your users the most kind of freedom to design professional websites that have really good functionality and also look amazing on any kind of device. It essentially allows you to build a website in a really quick and easy way. They have preset features and they have lots of custom templates as well that you can use to build a website in a very short amount of time with not a high cost with it as well. The main features of Wix is that they use a cloud platform, so it's a cloud service that can be accessed from your browser and which users can visit at any time from any device, computer or mobile. And they have lots of templates as well. So Wix offer a lot of free templates to choose from, and you can sort of offer your website a really professional appearance to meet the needs and characteristics of whatever company it is that you have. It's also very easy to use. So Wix have a very simple and intuitive editor that allows you to create different parts of the website and use a kind of drag and drop system, meaning there's no need to write any kind of code, any like HTML, CSS or JavaScript. It's all drag and drop and is all very visual as well. By registering on Wix as well, you get the storage space to host your website as well. So Wix is a builder and also a hosting solution as well. But it's one thing to note is that if you do decide to build your website on Wix, it has to be hosted on the Wix platform. You can't go to another hosting provider and host your website on there. But it's a big kind of all-in-one solution anyway. If you're wanting to build your website on Wix, you already have the hosting set up as well. As mentioned before, most of Wix is free, but for further development and further functionality will cost a bit more. But at the end of the day, it's still a lot less cost than to have a custom website built for you using any other kind of platform. Wix, the main advantage of Wix is that it's a very gentle learning curve. You only need to get registered to start creating your website, and it's a drag and drop system. So it's very simple, very intuitive, and it only takes a couple of hours of playing around with its options and features to kind of get grips with the tool. So no web kind of programming knowledge is required. It comes with a gallery of images as well. So with Wix services, you'll have access to a huge number of image galleries where you'll find photos and images to include on your website without even incurring any of the copyright issues as well. So another one of their advanced features that they offer is the Wix ADI. So Wix ADI is Wix's artificial design intelligence site builder. So Wix ADI learns about you, learns about your business, and applies this knowledge to automatically build a website for you. So you can essentially just answer a few questions and have the whole website built for you with the functionality that you need on it as well. On top of that, then you can do some customizations yourself. So once the full site is built, you can add more pages, you can edit the content on your site, you can customize sections, you can add more sections and things like that. So to get started, the first thing that you actually need to do is create a Wix account. So creating an account is free. All you need to do is go into the Wix website and click on Get Started. And just fill in your information. So either continue with email or you can continue with Google and just set up your username and password with Wix. So once you've created your account, you'll be taken to the My Sites dashboard, and essentially all the websites that you create you can find in this dashboard as well, and you can separate it into different folders and kind of organize it that way. So to get started, what you need to do is click on Create New Site on the top right over here and follow through the instructions. So the first thing that they'll ask you is what kind of website are you creating? So whether you want an online store, portfolio, blog, consultant kind of website. These are just examples, but then you can just sort of look for your business type, basically what kind of business that you want to have. You can be specific, so if it's a beauty care product shop, beauty supply store, you can be really specific and just say what kind of product, what kind of shop that you're creating, and then you want to give it a name of your site. And you can change the name of your site at any time. This is just so that this is mainly for SEO purposes, and just so you can recognize it within the dashboard. And then you want to talk about what you want to add to the site. So this is going back to Wix's features, functionality features. So things like an online store, a chat functionality, they all are part of Wix's functionality. So you can really customize your website to do certain things as well. It doesn't just have to be a simple kind of blog website or brochure build website. You can actually have like a store and forms, bookings, things like that to make your site a bit more usable and actually conduct some business on your site as well. So in this example, we'll just have the online store and we'll have some forms as well. Don't worry about not picking everything in the beginning. Maybe if you want to just have like a blog, but later on you actually decide you want to start setting up an online store, you can always add these apps sort of later on as well. So later on, if you want to decide, actually I want to add a blog, you can always add the blogs later as well. Same way if you decide to remove something. So if you add an online store now, but then later you realize it's too much work or you're not ready for it to actually start selling product content, you can also remove apps as well. So it's pretty flexible that way. And you just want to click next to move on. And then you want to start using the ADI. So you have two options. You can either choose from a template, or you can actually use the ADI to get a custom built site within a few minutes as well. So we're going to go for the get a custom built site option. And only thing we need to do now is go through each of the questions and let Wix know what kind of site we're making, how we want it to look, and things like that. So the first thing that we're going to add is the logo and the email address, normal address, and any social media account links. So with the logo, you just click on the plus sign, and it'll open up your file explorer on the computer. And then you just want to enter your email address, and and all the other kind of contact information as well, and any kind of social media links that you have. And you can add as many social links as you want, and you definitely want to add all the social links that you have. You just click on add social link and just paste in the social link. And again, you just want to add in all the addresses and any phone numbers that you might have as well. Next thing then is going to ask you to pick a theme that you like. So this is you want to look at the colors that they've used, and you want to look at the font styling that they've used. What you want to do is pick the theme that you like most, or pick the theme that's closest to the theme that you want. What happens with Wix is that not everything is set in stone. So once you pick a theme, you can always change it afterwards. So for example, if you like this theme here, but you don't like the black that's being used, you can just select it for now, but then in the editor, you can always change the black that's used as well. It's just a starting off point for Wix to know what to use whenever it's building out your site. So you want to pick the theme that works best for your branding as much as possible, or the one that works exactly as possible as well. So you just want to select and then just click next. And then it'll show you 3 homepage designs, and you just want to click in, you want to go through each of them, and you want to just select the design that you want, or the design that you like the most. Again, you can always customize these designs. This is just a starting off point for Wix to know what kind of design that you might like, and how you want your site to be laid out. So you've got 3 designs here, and what you can do is you can hover over each of them and then just scroll down, and you can see what each of them look like as well. If there's certain sections that you really like, obviously you keep them, and if there's certain sections you want removed, you can remove them as well. And if there's more sections that you need to add, you just add them as well. So once you've selected which one you like, you just click into it and you just click next, and it'll start building out your site. You also need to select what other pages you'd like. So Wix will then show you what other pages that you can have. Again, if you don't see a specific page that you need, you can always add more pages as well. Again, this is just a starting off point so Wix knows what kind of site you're building and what kind of website you want to add to your site as well. So you can see add pages to your site, and they've got different kind of pages. So you want to add like an about page. If you're an online store, you definitely want to add like a products page, like in the main shop page, a contact us page so people can talk to you, a store policies page. This is really important if you have a shop, that you have a store policies page where you can say what your refund policy is, shipping policy, things like that. All of these can be added as well. Again, if there's pages here that you don't if there's pages here that you don't need to select them, and if there's pages that's missing, again, you can always add pages after the site's been built, and you can add as many pages as you want. This is just a starting off point, so they have like a nav bar built, and you have some pages built out for you as well. But once you're done, you just want to click on edit site, and you can see your site being built by Wix. So this is the final design, and this is the final website. So you've got your homepage here, and this is exactly the homepage that we had selected in the beginning. And then you can see at the top we've got all the pages added as well. We've got all the social media links set, and we've got all the shop functionality all there here as well. So at this point there's different things you can do. Technically all the content here and everything that's been added you can use. So all these images, all the background images, the iconography, they're all things that are free to use, and essentially your site is ready to publish if you wanted to go publish with this now. But really what you want to do is fine-tune the design details. So if there's certain fonts that's being used that you don't like, if there's certain colors being used that you don't like, you want to change those. And then you want to go through every single page, every single section, and just change the content, update the imagery, update the content and things like that. So the way the editor works, so you have your actual page here. This is your website, but the back end, so this is how you would change everything. And then on the left here you have the actual options. So you've got the option to add elements. So every single item on your page, so like the heading, every single button, those are known as elements. So you can add additional elements to your site. You can add additional sections to your site. And these are pre-built sections, so you don't need to worry about fully designing up a new section. You just click into section and you can see all these pre-built sections that can be automatically added to your website as well. So you want to click into the section that you want to add and drag it onto the section, to the page, wherever you want it. At the top you can see things like your nav bar. So this is essentially the domain where you can connect your domain. You can switch to mobile view. So if you click into this mobile toggle here, you can start editing your site in mobile and see what your site looks in mobile and make any edits that you need to here. So for example, the header is quite large. So what you want to do is just adjust the header here and just create a little bit shorter. It's important to note though, the changes that you make on mobile won't affect the items that are in desktop as well. So me shortening the height of that isn't shortening the height of that on desktop. It only shortens the height on mobile. Also along the top you have the pages, so you can switch between different pages this way. If you just click on the drop down and you just click into each page, you can just go in and look at the page that you have and make the edits if you need to. And then you've got the edit, undo and redo buttons at the top, and then you've also got the tools as well, so you can click on the tools that you want when you're editing. So you have the grid lines and you have snap to objects, so if you can get rid of these as well, and you can also add rulers if you wanted, and you can add different layers as well. You can also decide if you want to zoom in or zoom out the view, but it's up to you how you want to do that. So the first thing that we want to do is show you how to edit the theme, so the colors and the fonts that's being used. So if you go on the left here and you're looking for site design, you are looking for site theme here, and you want to click on customize, and it's split between colors and text. So this is essentially the colors and text that are being used across your site. So as you mentioned, every single section and every single thing on your site is known as an element, and every element that's on your site follows a style rule. So for example, every heading type, so this is a heading 1, the beauty store at your service, that's a heading 1, and all the heading 1s follow a specific style rule. All the heading 2 follows a specific style rule. All the heading 3s follow a specific style rule. So it's up to you how you want to decide how you want those styled. It just means then there's consistency whenever you're adding different paragraphs and you're adding different headings. All the same heading types look the same, and it just makes your website design a little bit more consistent. There's lots of color theme presets available for you to apply to your site, so you can do your own customizations, or you can just pick a preset that's in here. All of these themes have been carefully created with complementary colors that cover a range of different styles. They have sleek and sophisticated pastels, and they have bold and bright palettes as well, so you want to browse through the presets and choose the perfect option for your brand. Or you can also customize the colors as well. So to choose and customize the color theme, you want to go into the color theme here, and you essentially just want to customize each of the color types. So as well as appearing on the color picker, your theme colors are used across your site in different ways. So you have color 1, and color 1 is used as background and text. So color 1 is used for background and text across your site, and if you've added the Wix apps like the Wix stores, the Wix blogs, if you add those onto your site, those pages use the same background and text colors as well. In most cases, you'll see that the brightest tint, so tint 1, which is over here, is used for the background, whereas the darkest tint, so this is tint 2, is for text. So we recommend creating sort of a high contrast pairing so that the information on your site is easy to read and kind of stands out. Then you have color 2, and this is your action color. So you drive visitors to make the choices you want by selecting an action color that kind of stands out. And this color is used for actionable elements like links, buttons, any kind of menu elements. It also appears in themed elements like buttons and boxes, as well as pages related to Wix apps like the Wix stores or Wix blogs or the forums, things like that. The tint in the middle is the one that's used most frequently, so you want to choose something that contrasts with your background. That way the most important elements in your site are accessible and they're noticeable as well. Then you have colors 3, 4, 5, and these are additional colors. So choose 3 colors that complete your kind of color scheme. They are displayed in various areas on your site, so they should match and complement the colors that you've selected as well. Then if you go back, you have the text theme, and it's the same kind of theme as your site theme. So each of your elements, your heading 1 all the way down to your paragraph 3s, they all follow a style rule. So when you add a heading 1 to your website, this is the style rule that they follow. When you add a heading 4, this is the style rule they follow. So if you're not a fan of, like, for example, the font styling, all you need to do is just click into each of these and just change the font style to whatever it is that you want to change it to. And then that will essentially apply across to your entire site. As you are changing, you want to make sure that you go through each of the pages and make sure everything looks good. So you can just change the sizing, change the layout of things, and then just drag and drop everything to where you want it. But yeah, the theme makes it really easy for you to customize every single part of your website without doing everything one by one. It kind of takes every part of your website and applies all the style rules. So now what you want to do is actually start editing your site to how you want it. So as I mentioned before, everything about Wix is drag and drop. So for example, if I wanted to add, say, a paragraph, so if we remove this, for example, if I wanted to add a paragraph here to add more content, what I'm going to do is, first I'm going to do is widen this section a little bit to make some space. So I'm going to click on this drag drop here, and you want to just click on this section, and then you want to widen this section as well, and you just want to make some space essentially. And now I'm going to drag on an element. So I'm going to add on a paragraph element. So I'm going to go into add elements, and then I'm going to go into paragraph, and I'm going to look for one of the paragraphs that I have, and I'm going to click and just drag that to where I want it. And then just widen the box a little bit so there's space. And then you've got the content here. If you click on edit text, you can then change the alignment if you want to. You want to avoid changing the theme so much because, as I mentioned before, if you add one of the theme styles, if you add the paragraph 1, if you change it to a paragraph 1 text, it's going to use paragraph 1 theme, so you don't need to change the styling so much. Maybe you might need to change the alignment, but I wouldn't change so much like the fonts or the font size. And then you can also, within that, you can type in the actual text that you want to add as well. So there's no coding required in order to add that paragraph. I just needed to look for the paragraph, make some space for it, and then drag it onto the page as well. As I scroll down, I can do the same for all of these sections. So I can, if I wanted to add, for example, a title here, what I'm going to do is, again, just widen the section that this product row is in, click and drag that down a little bit, and then I'm going to add a title. So I'm going to go back into elements, and I'm going to go into text, and I'm looking for the titles text, theme text here, and I'm going to add one of the headings, and I'm going to click and drag that onto the section. And with the guidelines, I can sort of place it in the middle. You can see as I'm dragging it around, so this is now in the middle of the page, and then I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to click on edit text, and I'm going to type in the title I want for this section. So I'm going to call it bestsellers, and I'm going to make sure that the products here are the best-selling products. And again, I'm just going to make sure that's all centered, and just make sure it's all spaced out nicely. And yeah, so you've got the intro here, then you've got a little bit of the title and some products here. And you just want to keep doing that for every single section. If there's sections here that's missing some content, then you want to add that content. If there's sections that doesn't look great, that you want to change it, you can do that as well. And you just want to go through each of them and just make sure that it looks exactly how you want it to look as well. And as you're adding things, you want to also make sure that when you switch to mobile, it still looks good on mobile. So things like the section here. So obviously this section is, with the paragraph, it's a bit too high. So I'm going to click into that little paragraph, and I'm going to click in and just make sure that it's scrolled down a little bit. And just make sure it's all aligned perfectly. And I want to scroll down and just keep checking it on mobile as you're adding more and more things. Once you're happy with things, what you want to do is click on save to save your progress. Wix does autosave, but you also want to make sure you keep saving yourself so that it's definitely saved. It might not autosave every single point, but it usually does autosave sort of after every time you make a change. Other things you can do, for example, I want to increase the width of that so you can see the pages more, and you can also change the styling of these as well. So if you click on the nav bar, click on customize design, and you want to just give it some styling issues as well. When it comes to the nav bar, you don't want anything too busy, and you want to make sure everything is sort of aligned okay, and that people can see like the text, they can see your logo, they can see all the information there as well. So as I mentioned before, if you wanted to switch pages, what you want to do is go into the page here, and you want to just select the page that you want to edit. And you can see now I've switched to the About Us page, and we've got the About Us page content. What you can do, if you realize actually you want to add more sections to this, you want to click on the add section here, and it's going to show you all of the pre-designed sections that you have, and it's split into categories. So there are sections that help you sort of you as an about section. There's a team section, so then you can just go through and just click in. For example, if you want to add a meet the team section, there's already a design for that. There's 3 designs that you can choose from. You can add like a contact section, and it'll show you the designs for a bunch of different contact sections, and these are all pre-built, they're mobile ready, and it just means then you don't need to spend time creating a new design section. You can just use one that's already built, and then using your branding as well. So for example, if we go this one for the meet the team section, we can just click into that, and it'll add itself to wherever it is that we want to add it to. And what we're going to do is change there we go, and we are going to update this section here as well. Again, it's really important to note that when it comes to building your site, you want to make sure it's optimized for SEO as much as possible. That includes making sure that every single page has a heading 1 tag and only one heading 1 tag. You don't want more than one, and you don't want any heading 1 tags as well. You need to make sure that there's only one heading 1 tag. But you can see we've added this section, and all we need to do now is update the images and update the text. So for example, if you want to know how to update any kind of section, what you need to do is click into the section, and you're looking for something like edit section, or in this case it's manage items. So everything in here is like an item, and if you click on that, you can click on each of the items and drag them around if you needed to, and then you need to click on each individual element if you want to edit the text, if you want to edit, for example, this image, and things like that. So for example, if you wanted to edit an image, we just want to click into the image here. You're looking for the image to be selected, and it comes up image here, and then you want to click on change image to actually change the image to the one that you want. Once you click on that, it'll open the Wix media library, and from here you can choose images that you've already uploaded. You can upload your own media if you click on upload media, and it'll open up your file explorer on the computer, and then once you're done, you just select the image that you want. As I mentioned before, Wix does have their own media library of image galleries that you can use, and all of these images are free to use. So you're looking for media from Wix, and these are essentially stock images, placeholder images that you can use to update your website. And these, again, so they're copyright free. You don't need to give any credit. You don't need to buy anything. You just look for the image that you want. You can search for it specifically, or you can use from the homepage here, and just want to click on choose image, and then that's it. That's an image that you use from media from Wix, and you don't need to tag them or anything like that. You can just use the images as needed, and then you can just click into each element and just change like the content, change the links, things like that. It's all kind of done and dusted for you. And then once you're done, you just want to click on save. Again, if you wanted to switch pages, you just want to click on the page switcher and then just switch the page as you need. And what you can also do is add pages. So for example, you have all these pages that we selected from the ADI builder questions, but if you wanted to add another page, say for like a art history page or any other kind of page really, what you want to do is click on manage pages, and you're looking for add page. And what you can do is you can add a completely blank page, or you can go through some of the page templates and you can basically just pick from one of the page templates, so you're not just building a whole new page from scratch. And then all you need to do is just select the page that it is that you want to add and just like the look of the most, and then you can just change the layout of it as well. So for example, if we go with this one, I'll use click add page, and you can see it's added its page here. You want to make sure that you give it a name, and then you can just click here and do name, and then you can see it's being added to the nav bar. You can always change the placement of it by clicking into sites and pages and just changing the order around, but essentially it gets automatically added. And then all you need to do in this section now is just change all the content, add images, add videos, things like that. So it's very kind of user friendly and all of that as well. So now let's talk about another way of integrating social media into your website, and the other way is embedding the actual social media feeds onto your website. It's a really great way to keep your visitors engaged and up to date with your latest content. It can also help to increase brand awareness and drive traffic to your website from social media. There are two ways to embed social media feeds on your website. One way is manually. This involves copying and pasting the embedded code from the social media platform into your website's HTML code. There's also a much simpler option of using a social media aggregation tool, and those kind of tools basically allow you to collect and display a social media feed from multiple platforms in one place. One such platform that's really popular for this is Embed Social. Embed Social is a social media aggregation tool that allows you to collect and display social media feeds from multiple platforms in one place. It's a cloud-based platform, so you can access it from anywhere with internet connection. Embed Social also offers a wide range of features, including the ability to collect and display social media feeds from over 30 different platforms, including Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn. The ability to customize the appearance of your feeds using a variety of templates and themes. The ability to filter your feeds by viewing hashtags, keyword, or location. The ability to add social media buttons to your website, and the ability to track the performance of social media feeds with detailed analytics. It's a really popular choice for businesses of all sizes, as it offers a wide range of features. They have a starting price currently of about $49 or $29 a month, which is quite affordable, but they are currently doing a free trial as well, meaning that you can really test it out, I think for 7 days. Before committing to an actual plan. When it comes to adding social media feeds on your website, some things that you want to consider is that the feed itself is very prominently displayed and easy to find. You want to make sure that they're visually appealing, easy to navigate, and that they promote, engage with the audience, and build a community. So the third way of integrating social media onto your website is add adding social sharing links to your blog posts. So this is only really relevant if you have a blog section on your website, but adding social media links to your blog post is a great way to encourage your readers to share your content on their own social media accounts. It can help increase brand awareness and drive traffic to your blog from social media. So for example, we have the Beyond Business Travel website here, a travel website with a blog, and on every single blog page there is a call to action to share this post, and there's a number of social media platforms that people can share their post by, including WhatsApp and email. And this makes it really encouraging for users to kind of integrate with your website, interact with your website, and also potentially bring in new viewers onto your website as well reading this blog. When it comes to adding social media links, you can add them manually using the Ahref HTML and paste that code onto your single blog template. The other option is using social media plugins, and there's different ones available, but they basically will place social media sharing buttons on your website similarly to this. A really popular platform that people like to use for that is Monarch. So Monarch is a social sharing platform. It's used for WordPress websites, but it allows you to add social media sharing buttons, pop-ups, finds, and a lot more to your website. It's one of the most popular social sharing plugins available. It's known for its ease of use and wide range of features. It supports over 35 different social media platforms, including the popular ones like Facebook, X, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, and you can customize the appearance of your social media sharing buttons to match the design of your website. You can also choose where to place them on your website, so it's really customizable as well. It's a great option for businesses and individuals who want to make it easier for their visitors to share their content on social media, and it includes a wide range of features, including social media pop-ups, finds, and analytics as well. So the last option that you can do is to create something called a social login option to your website, and this basically allows users to log into your website using their existing social media accounts like Facebook, Google, or Twitter. This makes it really easy for users to log into your website and can also help increase user engagement. There are a few different ways to add social login options to your website. One way is to use a social login plugin, and they're usually available for a variety of CMSs like WordPress, Drupal, or Joomla. And another way is to develop your own social login solution. It's a bit more complex, but it gives you more control over the social login process. So for example, we have Spotify, and Spotify have the option to log in, obviously with an email or user account, but you can also log in with popular platforms like Google, Facebook, and Apple. This makes it 10 times more easy for users and are more likely for users to use your website. This is the same for a sign-up process. So you have the option to give them a sign-up with their email, or they can sign up directly with Google and Facebook and make that process really easy for them as well. If you are considering a social login option to your website, there are a number of factors to consider, like security, privacy, user experience, but adding a social login option to your website can be a great way to improve the overall user experience and increase user engagement. And that's a wrap on our video today on social media and how to integrate. I hope you find this exploration of social media informative. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated on all things tech, design, and innovation, be sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. Feel free to leave your thoughts and questions on any topics you'd like us to cover in the comments below. And until next time, keep designing, keep developing, and keep innovating. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in the next one.